Welcome to The Teach, where we go through what you need to know to get Red Dragon into the table for the first time. In Red Dragon Inn, we're intrepid adventurers coming back from an amazing journey where we've scored a lot of bounty. We're going to be spending that bounty to buy drinks for each other so that we can try and get some more of that share back for ourselves. We win a game of Red Dragon Inn by being the last player standing. If at any time our alcohol content and our fortitude cross over, we are out of the game. If we ever run out of coins, we are also out of the game. And we are trying to make sure that all of our friends get blind drunk or broke. I love Red Dragon Inn because it is really just bringing some of that fun and entertainment factor into a drinking game on a board game. And of course, we wouldn't be Games Night app if we didn't make a drink to go with it. So make sure you check out that drink in the link above, and we'll mention that at the end of the video. So let's jump into the teach. In Red Dragon Inn, we're going to be taking our turns in a very simplistic manner. We'll actually have a hand of cards that we'll have through the game. Some of these cards will be actions, some of them will be gambling, some of them will be sometimes cards, and some of them will be anytime cards. These 4 card types are actually denoted by the top underneath the title. If you want to have fun with the game, make sure that every single player reads out and articulates the title in terms of their player. On our turn, we're actually going to be following the turn order played on our board. It's a very simple turn order that we're actually going to be discarding any cards from our hand we don't want to be using. So in this instance, I'm going to discard these cards. I still have 4 cards left. The next action is to draw, and we always draw back up to 7 cards. So now I have my 7 cards in hand, and I can actually move on to the next stage, which is action. Choosing and looking through my cards, we're going to be finding an action cards. In this instance, I have gambling. I'm in! And we're going to be playing a round of gambling. Once we've resolved that action, we will move into buy drinks, in which we grab a drink from our pre-bought drinks and pass that on to another player face down. That will go into their drink me pile. So for instance, if other players had bought me drinks or allocated me drinks from the pile, I will then have to drink it. And that is our last stage on our turn. So in the last phase, drink, we're going to be flipping 1 card from our drink me pile. In this instance, I drew a chaser, so I'll be having a light ale with a chaser of fire ambrosia. Within the game, I will then go up by the 2 alcohol content, and if I was lower on my fortitude, that would also go up. The game plays out very different because every single player has their own deck. So when you draw these cards, make sure you read through each individual one, and we'll go through some examples of play. So for this example round, I'm going to discard these 2 cards. I now have 5 cards left. I draw back up to 7, and now I'm on the action phase. And for this action phase, I'm actually going to play the gambling I'm in. And what's going to happen is every player is going to put 1 gold into the ante. Now there are sometimes anytime cards that actually negate or change how they put that money in, but effectively every player will ante and put 1 gold into the center in one manner. Once this happens, it will then go from me around the circle until every single player has either passed or played a card from their hand to try and take control of this round of gambling. If that passes all the way through without anyone playing a card, I will then claim the ante as my win, and that is the action over. This rarely happens because your friends are dicks and they're going to actually play cards that will cheat or have winning hands to make sure that they can claim the ante instead. From there, I will then put that card back into my discard pile. I will buy a drink for another player because I want to get them nice and drunk. I will then drink my own drink, and in this example, we have a drinking event card. In this card, I can play 2 gold to the tavern, and those 2 gold will allow me to get 1, and let's say I was on 15 fortitude, I will get 1 drunken card, and I would gain 4 fortitude. That ends my round, passes on to the next player, and they have their own shenanigans to go through. And that is how you play a game of Red Dragon Inn. We've actually made a drink that pairs specifically with this game. Obviously, this is a drinking game, and there are many drinks out there, but when we're playing a game, you don't want to have too many drinks to go through. So when we play this live on our Twitch channel, we'll have the Fireball Old Fashioned for any time that we draw the Fire Breath Ale. And the Fire Breath Ale is the most potent drink within there, and it will cost 4 alcohol to your player. Make sure you check out how to make the Fireball Old Fashioned on our YouTube channel. Also hit us up on our Twitch channel, and if you've missed that, we'll actually add the video on demand here after we've recorded it. Thanks for joining us in this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!